Megan, what's new with the program? And I like that you wore your green coat for the Green Tree program.
I know, I thought if I'm reporting on Christmas trees, I should look like one, right?
Hey Tucson, I'm Megan, and today we're at a long-standing, Tucson-trusted, local, and woman-owned business. Today we're at the Solar Store, and we're talking with President Catherine Kent. Catherine, can you tell us about the Solar Store? Hey Tucson, I'm Megan, and today we're at Nest in the Desert, your shop to decorate your unique lifestyle. Today we're talking with the owner and chief decorator, Robin. Robin, what inspired you to create Nest in the Desert, and why is it still your passion? Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Redefining Recruitment, How to Nail Any Interview. Of course, today we have our president of Twice as Nice Recruiting, Patrick Cahill, with us. Patrick, how are you?
Doing great. I enjoy talking about interviews, so I'm excited.
Yep, it's a great subject, especially for a recruiting firm. And of course, we have our VP of Search, Carolee Coleman. Carolee, how are you today?
Doing fantastic. Thank you. How about you?
Thanks for asking. No one ever asked me. Oh my gosh, now I don't know what to say, but I am feeling great today because we're talking about interviews. It is a fantastic subject, and we get to help people nail their interviews, which is always so great. Now, of course, interviews can be nerve-wracking. You can feel on the spot, like I just did when Carolee asked me how I was feeling, because no one ever does that. And of course, navigating the different types of interviews from phone, video, and in person can mean there's a lot of different things at play that you have to prepare for as a candidate, and it can feel really overwhelming. But we're gonna get you all set up, prepped, and ready to nail any interview you have, whether that is phone, in person, or on video. Hi everyone, I'm Megan. Thank you so much for joining us today. We have a really great topic for candidates about how to interview. Hey Tucson, I'm Megan, and today we're at Overhead Door Company of Tucson, talking with owner Art. Art, why should someone choose Overhead Door Co?
Hey everyone, thanks for joining us on this episode of Redefining Recruitment. We have our president of Twice as Nice Recruiting, Patrick Cahill, with us today. Patrick, how are you?
Doing great over here. Thanks, Megan.
Awesome. And of course, we have Carolee Coleman, our VP of Search at Twice as Nice Recruiting. Carolee, how are you?
Hello. No complaints.
No complaints. That's always a great place to be. All right. So regardless of what industry you're in, your brand's image carries a heavy weight. And of course, we know that when it comes to marketing, when it comes to sales, when it comes to connecting with other businesses or even clients, but your brand's image can have a pretty big impact on recruitment.
But what should someone do if their original solar installer closes up shop or stops responding to requests for service?
Oh, Megan, we hear that all the time. It is such a shame.
In addition to traditional garage doors, I hear you do rustic garage doors. Can you tell me about those? Thanks, Catherine. And Tucson, remember, if you're looking to save money with solar, remember the sustainable energy solution since 1998, the Solar Store. I'm Megan, and this is Tucson Now. Thanks, Robin. And Tucson, remember, the Nest in the Desert is your shop to decorate your unique lifestyle. I'm Megan, and this is Tucson Now. Thanks, Art. And Tucson, if you're looking for a garage door company that goes above and beyond and is locally owned, remember Overhead Door Company of Tucson. I'm Megan, and this is Tucson Now. Yeah, Brooke, I'm sure you saw me adjusting the hat. The winds are starting to pick up just a little bit here. They've been pretty mild throughout the day, which has really helped a lot of crews in their fight against this fire, but now starting to kind of pick up, and that's going to decrease the air quality that we see around here in Oracle. But yesterday, the Bighorn fire growing about 7,000 acres, all really kind of headed toward Oracle and northeast of the mountains, which is that area that we see those evacuation notices now. Again, Oracle in those pre-evacuation notices.
Of course they've been hit hard. Their businesses have been decimated. We don't have the numbers that New York does, but we still have the side effects of this virus.
Federal funding through the CARES Act is headed to states, cities, and counties, including in Arizona and Pima County.
So hopefully any week now we'll get those contracts from the feds.
Larger communities and counties like Maricopa and Pima County, and just recently Pinal County, can get these federal funds directly from the federal government, according to the Department of Housing and Urban Development's website. But smaller counties and cities aren't eligible for these funds directly. Craig Sullivan with the County Supervisors Association of Arizona says none of the state's 13 rural counties were eligible for those funds directly and are left in the dark. Basically, Santa Cruz County didn't get any money from the CARES Act.
Correct.
at least temporarily. They can apply for these funds through the state once Arizona gets it, but District 1 Congressman Tom O'Halloran says that extra step means more waiting, which could be detrimental. These funds can be used to support food pantry expansions, house homeless, and more.
Why should our rural communities and our tribes and everybody else have to wait for the state to process it all and then eventually get it out to us?
And in those rural counties, they're not sure how, when, or if the state will give them funds.
So there's been an open question about how smaller jurisdictions can be compensated.
Representative O'Halloran sent a letter to congressional leadership asking for funds to be sent directly to rural communities. Representative Ann Kirkpatrick, District 2, sent us the statement saying, in part, there is much more to be done to ensure our rural communities are getting the emergency relief they need to fight this pandemic. Megan McNeil, Fox 11 News.